Well, good evening and welcome to the Encore Lounge here at Wolverhampton's Grand Theatre. Jason Forrest with you. Here we are again with another cast of show. Today we're joined by, I'm going to run these down in order, Francis Baby Houseman. Hands up please. There we go. Kira Mother, how you doing?
Good, thanks, how are you?
We have Michael O'Reilly. He's playing Johnny Castle. And then we have another of the three-quarters of the Houseman family you have with us, Dr. Jake Houseman in the shape of Lyndon Edwards. Hello.
How are you doing?
And Laurie Haley-Fox.
Hello.
It's Marjorie Houseman. How are we doing?
I'm good. How are you today?
All good here. So, a fantastic show, an absolutely wonderful, great set of music, great songs, brilliant dancing. You must all be loving being back out on tour.
It's great.
Yeah.
So, what are the highlights for you when you're out there doing this sort of thing?
I think one of the best things about doing this show is it's just so rewarding. You know, like the audiences come and they love the film, they love the story, they love the characters. So they've, you know, the hard work's been done for us. You know, like we don't have to do anything but go out and enjoy ourselves and be true to the story. And you know, we end on Time of My Life, which is just an epic track. It's an epic dance routine, and you know, the audience love it, and they've been through that whole journey. And for me, that's the most rewarding thing about the show, is that you give everything you've got, and then you just get it back at the end from the audience.
It's really nice too, because I sit at the table, well, we do, while they're doing their dance. And it's just really nice to sit back and to be able to watch them do the dance, but then also to be able to see the audience reacting to it.
You get
Yeah.
the best of both
So I
worlds.
get
right?
the best seat in the house, though. I'm very lucky.
Well, if there is something you want to know about the show whilst we're live, do let us know. We are watching and we'll be taking your questions, so we can pop them to the gang whilst we're here. Meanwhile, though, the bit that gets me is, I mean, you mentioned the fact you're watching. Everybody's acting the whole time, aren't they? So you actually see the wonderment as this dance takes place at the end of the show. It must be great actually being part of that. As you say, it's good to watch. But the bit that scares me most is, have you ever lost your wig during the show?
My wig?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. It's gripped in and it's glued on my face, so there is no losing. I think there's been a close call before where there's a scene where Johnny takes Baby's top off and the top caught on the back of it.
Scene, that one.
And that would have been
Actually,
just been hilarious if it's meant to be
classy
this
than it
really
sounds.
sensual scene and it takes the...
We did have one of the
takes the off.
dancers have her wig fall off during the dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a dancer might be wearing a wig anyway. Obviously, Baby's hair is real, as far as we're concerned.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you know, it's funny though when I come out at the end and there's some people that come to stage door and no one has a clue because they are expecting, I think, someone to come out with this brown curly hair. So
Yeah, this is the problem I have during Facebook Lives. I can never recognise half the cast because they're wearing so many different bits of makeup, prosthetics and whatever else
Yeah.
during the event. Now, there are lots of oohs and ahs throughout the whole of this show. And I think you two suffer the most from those. You're doing a fairly serious scene, and all of a sudden the whole audience get very excited about something you've just done.
I think oohs and ahs is a nice way to put it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely an understatement based on some of the stuff that we hear. And that goes for both of you, whether it be some of the classic lines that we hear in there, or when you get to take your clothes off.
Well, it's what I get paid for, to be honest, mate. Yeah.
It's the biggest ooh-ah of the night.
Yes.
I think it does, yeah. Ooh and ah.
We're in the wings just getting ready to come on for the next scene, and sometimes we'll be having a little chat and we can always tell where we are in the scene, even if we're not looking, because of the particular ooh and ah that comes out at a certain moment of the show when dear Michael flashes
Yeah.
his
It's a landmark.
bits.
Yeah. It's own, there's nothing from the front, is there? Apart from the abs. And the abs are really so depressing for the rest of us out there.
They're not real, they're painted on.
They're all fake.
prosthetic
Yeah, like it's
actually.
a mix between like implants and makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might make improve this in a short while's time. No, we'll get you to keep your clothes on today. So, favourite moments in the show for each of you? We'll start with you, Michael, because you oohed then.
Yeah, so I think obviously Time of My Life for me is the best moment in the whole show. I think more specifically for me is Nobody Puts Baby in a Corner. It's so cool, like right before we've got the scene where Johnny's like leaving Baby for the first time, and he's gone through this whole journey where he doesn't care about anybody but himself, and now he loves someone enough to be worried about leaving them. And it's really delicate and it's really sweet, and it's not like Johnny at all, because Johnny's not like that. And then, so we see that vulnerability, and then the next time we see Johnny, he's running through the audience and he jumps on stage and no one puts Baby in a corner. I mean, It's good fun. Good fun.
A quality audience moment as well, because in where we were in the dress circle last night, we suddenly realised there was something going on.
Yeah.
Then you appear, and it really, again, it's another bit of an ooh moment as the gasps as you run past them.
Yeah,
So,
and I throw the bag over their head. That's
has that gone wrong yet?
not yet so far. The bag's really light. I think they've taken precaution. Yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah.
And for you?
Obviously, yeah, Time of My Life's great, but apart from that, it's the end of Act 1 where Baby for the first time admits to Johnny how she actually feels about him. And you know what, it's funny because we could literally have the craziest audience in that have been oohing and ahhing a lot throughout it all. But it's such an intense scene, and that is the first time you can literally hear a pin drop in the audience. And I think that's really, really great, yeah.
And for Mum and Dad?
I enjoy my scenes that I have with the girls. They're my favorite. I love you too, darling. I love our golf scene. It's fun. It is, but I love my moments with my girls.
Yeah.
I can understand that. I was going to say a similar thing, because it's a scene that I have when everything's kind of gone wrong in the plot. I have a scene where I don't actually say anything at all. Kira does all the work, and all she does, she talks to me, and I don't actually have to do anything except listen. And it sounds weird, but it's really satisfying in that I can just listen and be in my head, and it has the greatest emotional effect on me. And I think if there was a moment where it was most like being in a film for me, it's that moment, and it's all dependent on Kira, and she gets it right 20% of the time. She gets it right every night. She's brilliant.
But, I mean, again, for you, things you have to get wrong every night must be the difficult bit, because you have to learn how to dance every time you get on that stage. And that must be a bit strange.
It is strange, but it's also a lot of fun. Like, I grew up learning how to dance good. And then
As you proved towards the end of the show.
Yeah, but it's funny because I can have a lot of fun with it actually, and but yeah, in rehearsals it was like be better, be worse, be worse. So it is fun doing that, and then it's really nice going from that transition to the end where we can really go full out in it. But I do have to be careful because I think there's been a few times where I'm like, right, I'm going to dance so bad, and then I ended up like hurting Michael or something. I think I actually poked you in the eye once.
Yeah, there's a few fun things that happened. Yeah, we've actually just like we're really lucky. We've just had a new physio come in that she takes care of us, and she's like, right, okay, like we're going to do a mandatory concussion screening. And you'd think, like, I used to play rugby and we used to do them all the time because obviously we're getting kicked in the head.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you know, like, why would you ever need one to be a dancer? You do. You just do, because you still get elbowed and you still get punched, and it's not deliberate, but it still hurts, so...
Maybe, sometimes.
Yeah.
50% of the time.
Yeah.
But you have to do some moves as well, Michael, which go wrong with some of the dance moves that you're still practicing in the show. And that actually looks like you could really do yourself an injury with that as well.
Yeah, I think it's so weird, right? Because you have to learn how to do it wrong but do it safe, but still make it look dangerous. It's one of those really weird stage trickery things that you just try and have to master, like the slap that we do every night. Obviously, the slap's not real, and...
Sometimes it might be, though.
Oh, yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, once or twice.
Depends whether you misbehave.
Yeah, as I said,
Absolutely, yeah.
depends on Kira's mood.
You wouldn't know it, but he's got concussion now.
Yeah.
How many fingers am I holding up?
7.
Right, so looking at some of the questions that haven't come in on Facebook, I think this is for the younger two members of our cast, because we're just about old enough to remember the film, aren't we? Only just.
Yes.
Richard Tasker saying, is it strange that it's all shown in the cinema before you guys were even born?
Do you know, I never actually thought about it, that this is come out before.
That old.
So old.
What year did it come out?
So old.
It's got to be 80s.
I think it was
Do we know?
87.
I think 87. We're getting prompts off screen 87.
Wow.
So.
Well, it was, that's 10 years before I was even born.
Oh,
That's
don't.
crazy.
Wow, that's really, really something.
crazy.
Wow.
I'm just so young. Oh my God, 97. What?
I don't know. Just looking at here, just a quick shout out to Sarah June. Had an absolutely fantastic night, still buzzing last night, so thank you to the cast for that one.
Great.
Claire
Thank you.
Page again saying you're absolutely amazing. And we got Leah Gleeson-Smith, saw the show, it was incredible. And they also asks if there could be another theatre show you were to be in, what would you choose next? Not that you've still got some tour left on this one, and still doing great things, but what do you fancy being in?
Well, if I had the choice to do absolutely anything, I would play Zac Efron in The Greatest Showman when that goes on stage. Let's just do that. If we're doing hypothetical ones.
Do you think he's got the looks for that?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
Need to go to the gym a bit more first.
Oh my gosh, they're a really supportive cast, honestly. They get on so well.
Oh, I don't know. I love Mamma Mia. I think that's great. That's also another one with a great soundtrack as well.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. I don't know.
Wait and
Oh, I
see.
don't know.
We'll see what the agent says when they call.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever it is, whatever you're offered, that's the thing you wanted to do. I know we have a Mamma Mia veteran back here, so...
That's the problem with these guys. They've already done anything. They're royalty back here.
yeah, is there anything you'd like to do if you were still Michael's age?
I'm still Michael's age. Oh wow, that's a great
What would you
question.
do?
If I was 90 years younger, what would I like to do? I would have really loved to have pursued dance. I mean, I consider myself really lucky when I managed to get a foot in front of the other and not fall over.
You have the
So
moves in this show,
I
come
would have
on.
loved to have maybe concentrated more on dance because I just think it's so beautiful watching our cast, and it's just something I wish that I had given more time and energy to. I guess you're never too late to do it, but I mean, you know.
Yeah. I think it's the big difference now. The new musicals are so hyper skilled in terms of their dancing, they play instruments, everything.
Yeah.
Whereas we
crazy.
kind of walked, talked, sang a bit kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it would be a whole new skill set, I think, we'd have to learn to jump back to their age. And I think they're amazing. They just, they'd master everything.
So many shows now as well are actor muso, so it's not even like triple threats anymore. It's like quadruple threat, you know.
And your musicians exactly that in this show.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually on tonight. Yeah, we've got our guitarist Ben is on for Billy tonight. Unfortunately, Alex is like down with the flu, so that's going to be fun.
They all play about 3 instruments each
They're
as
like
well.
3 instruments, sing, act, dance. Like it's not
Coconuts.
fair. Yeah. While Mars plays the coconuts. Yeah, man.
And they're funny.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just playing instruments.
Funny
Like, just
looking,
playing
yeah.
instruments. They're funny while they're doing
You
it.
do have to watch the whole thing, don't you? You've got to
Yeah.
keep your eyes on the whole
Yeah.
thing. In fact, come and see it twice. It's the way to...
Yeah,
or
that's
3
great,
times.
actually,
Yeah,
definitely.
do that. Right, now, we'll come back to any more questions in a short while's time, but before we do, we've actually got a bit of a challenge for you, OK?
Oh dear.
Because obviously melons feature heavily in the show, in
bit.
one scene, but we get talked about because... do the line for me.
I carried a watermelon.
There we go. That's fantastic. Yeah, round of applause for definite. So to that end, we actually have some real live watermelons here in the studio,
gosh.
and we're going to give it going to pairs. So let's set the pairs up now. Who wants to work together? Should we have Mum and Dad and the young lovers?
Sure, let's do
Okay.
it.
So we got 2 melons. And we have some plasticine, some felted pens, and there is a wig. We need to recreate Baby and also Johnny, and you have around a minute or so to do it. Choose which character you'd like to go for now amongst yourselves, and then we'll give you a minute to have a go at creating
Who's
watermelon
doing
art.
who?
We do Johnny.
Should we get you do Baby, and then you can do Johnny? That sounds like a deal.
Okay.
If you'd like to take your places at the table.
Okay.
Do you want us to do it? Can we like be here and do it?
Should we go behind?
Yeah,
do
go
we have
behind.
to-
We'll sort of work to the
You have
side.
to be here.
Do you want us to be behind and then we'll turn them around when we're done?
Oh, that's a tricky one. I think we should make you work over it so the audience can see the creativity taking place. So you have approximately
Can we
1
squat down at
minute
the front?
Okay, shall
if you're ready to go. And your
options?
time
The lips.
starts
Go for eyebrows.
now.
Okay. Should we put the wig on last?
Right, will the
That's going to be it.
wig work?
Okay, what?
After you switch out, any colour you like, you've got eyes,
What color
draw.
are your eyes? They're brown, aren't they? Kira, what color are Michael's eyes?
Brown.
There we go.
And they're good. Those are serious eyebrows. I'm liking those.
Yeah.
That is.
I do have some serious eyebrows actually.
I was working on those just to get them into condition for the show.
Oh, look at that! Perfect.
It's definitely Baby with lipstick on.
Oh,
What colour's your eyebrows? Can I just use?
You don't colour them for the show. Press hard on the melon to get this stuff to stick.
Hard melons.
Right, we're almost up on time. We've got one ear on there. I think you played a bit too much rugby vision by that ear.
Mr. Potato Johnny.
Okay, so that's around a minute up. Let's get the wig on there, and we just put a bit of hair in. Go on, see what style we're going for.
Well, that looks like a turd. I won't do that.
There we go. Right, so let's. Oh, the nose has gone flying off. That's awkward.
I need that on there. There we go.
Right, so we have the likenesses. That's almost identical, isn't it?
There we go. Perfect. We nailed it.
We
nailed it there.
Just what we were worried about happening in the show. Well, I think they look absolutely fantastic. We'll definitely have to put those on display for the audience when they come to see the
Let's
show.
sell them.
Fabulous.
I can quite honestly say it's the first time I've ever done that to a watermelon.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. That's a really good.
It's got both ears.
That's a very good party game to remember.
Do take your seats one more time.
I'm going to play with this while I...
You want some plasticine?
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll let you. That'll do the job. But I mean, thank you for being good sports. It's a quality bit of artwork. I think we ought to enjoy that. Just a quick check on any other mentions coming through. We've got Stacey Marie. Apparently you were fantastic. I can definitely agree with that one. Loved every minute. And Sharon Boucher is going on Saturday afternoon and cannot wait to see the show. Absolutely right. Okay, any closing thoughts as we go into the show? Is there anything that any messages you think we might miss from the show or bits we should look out for?
I think one of the things I always try and squeeze into an interview for anyone who's contemplating coming to watch the show, just because we love having a full house. We love it when you guys come and support and we have a great energy. I think it works really well. Is that if you're a fan of the film and you love Patrick and you love Jennifer and you've fallen in love with that and you can relate to them, I think it's a very relatable story. If you've ever sat there and you've watched it and you go, oh, I love it, it's just not enough, and you just want to be there and you feel like, oh, I wish I was at Kellerman's with these guys, that is exactly what we do here. Honestly, we just bring you into that story with us and we try and make you feel like you're on that journey too, and you're in the room with Swayze and Jennifer and you follow that story and then you finish with Time of My Life. Honestly, that's exactly what we do. We bring you into our world, into a bit of crazy, and we all have a good laugh. So.
That's true. That's a great way of saying it, Mike. That's great.
And would you go on holiday to Kellerman's given the chance?
Yes.
Together?
Yeah.
I should think the cast get on so well. You definitely.
I grew up in just outside of the area where Kellerman's took place, and I would go with my family to that kind of a resort, which was so much fun.
That would be so cool. I think the place actually exists.
It still exists,
doesn't it?
doesn't it? Yeah, you can go there.
Okay, maybe at the end of the tour, a bit of a cast holiday. Meanwhile, for now, do come and see it at the Grand Theatre. It's here until Saturday the 6th. 01902 429212 is the box office number. grandtheatre.co.uk to get your hands on tickets online. But come and see a fantastic cast and a wonderful show, doing everybody proud. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.
Thanks.